Tiruvannamalai, where the Lord is worshipped as fire. As is well known, in South India, there are 5 shrines known as the Panchabhuta Sthalas, where Lord Shiva manifested himself as one of the 5 elements. In Kanchipuram, he is Prithvi or earth. In Tiruvannamalai, he is Apaha or Appu, water. In Tiruvannamalai, he is Tejas or Teyu, fire. In Kalahasti, he is Vayu, which is air. And in Chidambaram, he is Akasha or space. Today, we look at Tiruvannamalai, which is where Shiva manifested himself as fire. It is with a lot of trepidation that I embark on a capsule to try and tell you something about the heritage of Tiruvannamalai. There is so much of history, so much of legend, so much of heritage about this place that it is impossible to complete it even after several books or several episodes of this kind. I will, however, try to do my best. Firstly, there is the temple. Magnificent, with 4 gopurams on each of the cardinal directions and then 5 smaller or inner gopurams, and so beautifully laid out. The Ishwara Temple or the Tiruvannamalai Temple has various stages of history incorporated into it. It all began sometime before history itself. And then came the Pallavas, then came the Cholas. Much of what we see today has to do with the Hoysalas and the Vijayanagar rulers and then the Nayaks who came after that. They have laid the temple the way we see it. Just look at the symmetry of the Gopuras, the way they align themselves. It is a sight for sore eyes. The Lord here is Annamalai or Arunachaleshwara, and the goddess is Unnamulai or Apita Kuchamba. But the deity is the hill itself, the hill that dominates this entire region. In fact, you can see it from a distance, which is how Samandar saw it, Trijnana Samandar, which is how Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi saw it. So many people have seen it that way and it has attracted them like a magnet. The hill itself is believed to be Shiva. And it is believed that Lord Shiva manifested himself as a fiery hill. If that is legend, in practical terms, we do know that the entire rock of which Tiruvannamalai is composed is igneous rock. And therefore, at some time in prehistory, there must have been a volcanic eruption or there must have been a meteoric strike. So the region is associated with fire. The legend has it that Brahma and Vishnu had a quarrel amongst each other as to who was greater. And suddenly in between them there manifested a fiery Shivalinga and they could not make out where it began and where it ended. Vishnu immediately transformed himself into a boar to burrow into the earth to find the origins of this Shivalinga. Brahma turned himself into a swan and flew up to find where the Shivalinga ended. After some time, Vishnu declared that he could not find it and he came back admitting defeat. Brahma, on the other hand, was more wily. He suddenly found a Tarambu or Ketaki flower falling from the heavens and he brought it down and he offered it to Vishnu as proof that he had seen the end of the Shivalinga and had brought the flower from there. The flower also nodded in agreement. Just as Vishnu was going to accept the greatness of Brahma, Shiva appeared from the fiery linga and cursed him for having spoken a lie and said hereafter there would be no temples on this earth for Brahma. He also refused to accept the Tarambu or Ketaki as an offering ever after. And that is the legend associated with Tiruvannamalai. This carving that you see here, however, is from the Kailasanatha temple in Ellora, but you have several such lingodbhavas in various places. Sambandar, Jnana Sambandar, came here somewhere between the 7th and the 9th centuries, and he has composed verses on Tiruvannamalai. And in a set of 4 lines, he has encapsulated the entire Sthala Purana. Vilavar Kanipada Nuriya Kadal Vannanum Veda Kilar Tamarai Malarmel Urai Kedil Pugalonum Alava Vanam Adalagiya Annamalai Annal Thalara Mulai Muruval Umai Talaivan Adi Charane. The Lord of Uma of the firm breasts and sweet smile, he appeared as the flame that proved immeasurable to the ocean-hued one and the flawless one residing on the lotus. Sambandar's illustrious contemporary, Appar, also came here, and he composed verses. The most famous is Vanane, Madisoodiya Maindane, Thenane, Tiruvannamalai. Yenane, Ighaldar Puram Eida, Anane, Marandu Naan Uiveno. That celestial who bears the moon, that honey which is in Tiruvannamalai, that which wields a boar's horn, that bull-wielding lord, destroyer of the three worlds that dared ridicule him, can I forget him and hope to live? Manikavachakar has composed several verses of a highly philosophical intent. Among these, the collection known as Tiruvembavai is most famous and associated with the month of Margazhi. That is dedicated to Tiruvannamalai. In that, I am going to read out my favorite verse to you. Muyyar tadam poigai pukku mugerena kayyal kudaindu un kadal padi. Tiruvannamalai, though it is associated with fire, has a number of sacred tanks and ponds all around it, several of which are filled with cold water right through the year. Manikavachakar must have seen them, for in this particular verse, he is describing a group of women jumping into the water, and he uses the word muger, which is that splashing sound as people jump in, and then they splash water on top of each other. Ayya vali adiyom, வாழ்ந்தோம் காண் ஆரழல் போல் செய்யா வெண்ணீராடி செல்வா சிறு மருங்குள் மையார் தடங்கண் மடந்தை மணவாளா ஐயா நீ ஆட்கொண்டருளும் விளையாட்டின் உய்வார்கள் உய்யும் வகையெல்லாம் உய்ந்து ஒழிந்தோம் எய்யாமல் காப்பாய் எமை ஏலோர் எம்பாவாய். We as a group bathed in the tank, splashing water on each other. We sang of your feet. We are your bounden devotees for generations and have lived that way. Can you see? O one with the red flame-like body covered in white ash, beloved of the slim-waisted, black, coal-eyed, beautiful one, we have lived exactly the way those who lose themselves in your sport live. Protect us ceaselessly. That was Manikavachaka. Arunagiri in the 15th century was here. In fact, he is most closely associated with Tiruvannamalai. He was a sinner till he came here, and then he was so overcome with remorse that he tried to commit suicide by flinging himself from one of the gopuras of the temple, when Lord Muruga appeared before him and bade him to sing about him in future. And that is how Arunagiri embarks as a great composer traveling all over. There are innumerable verses of Arunagiri dedicated to Tiruvannamalai. The one that we are going to present to you today is Athala Sedanarada. A few years ago, when I did a heritage tour of Tiruvannamalai, I took singer Bharat Sundar along with me, and he sang this verse in the shrine itself. It is, the legend has it, that Arunagiri was challenged by a Kalika known as Sambandha, not Jnana Sambandha, but yet another one. And in that competition, Arunagiri composed this particular set of verses. And Lord Muruga appeared dancing before him. The place where this miracle happened in the shrine is even today known as the Kambattadi Ilayanar Mandapam. And it was very close to that Bharat Sundar sang this particular verse. Let us listen to a small snatch of it in video. The Vijayanagar rulers endowed this temple with a lot of land and embarked on a major construction exercise. Naturally, King Krishnadeva was very closely associated with this temple, and when a powerful monarch like him came, could the Dasakutas of his kingdom have been far behind? Purandaradasa also comes over here and composes a song, Karuna Nidhiye Isha Arunagiriya Vasa. The tune of this composition is lost and it has now been re-sung by musicians in several ragas. The 16th century hymnodist and philosopher Appaya Dikshitar decided to be one out of the ordinary. Everybody else composed on Lord Arunachaleshwara. But what about goddess Unnamalai or Apita Kuchamba? He dedicated the Apita Kuchamba's Tavam to her. And very interestingly, it's a prayer to rid people of fevers. At this time when the coronavirus is striking us, perhaps this is the right prayer to take to. In the 19th century came Muthuswami Dikshitar. And he has composed on all the 5 Panchabhuta Stalas. So when he came here, he composes Arunachalanatham Smarami in the Raga Saranga. And it incorporates various legends and interesting allusions to fire and light in it. So it begins with Arunachalanatham Smarami Anisham Apita Kuchamba Sametam. Then it says Maranat Kaivalya Prada Charanaravindam. There is a legend that if you just think of Arunachala, you attain salvation. Smaranat Arunachalam. So that is what he says. Smaranat Kaivalya Prada Charanaravindam. And then in the Charanam, he says Aprakrita Tejomaya Lingam. In ancient times, Lord Shiva appeared as a fiery Shivalinga. And then it says Viprottama Visheshantarangam. Now who is this Viprottama that Dikshitar is referring to? Jnanasambandha. When Jnanasambandha arrived in this region, Lord Shiva guided him as a ray of light and brought him to the temple. So Viprottama Visheshantarangam. And then Swapradeepa Mauli Vidrita Gangam. In his effulgent locks, he is holding Ganga. Swaprakashajita Somagni Patangam. He is so effulgent, so shining that he defeats the moon, the sun and fire with all that light. That is how he describes Arunachaleshwara. Gopala Krishna Bharati also has come here. From the memoirs of U.V. Swaminatha Iyer, we are able to read the full composition that Gopala Krishna Bharati composed over here. And it is very evident that he didn't come here on an ordinary day. He came here on the Kartikai Deepam day, that full moon night in the month of Kartikai, when a flame, a deepa, is lit on the Arunachala hill. When people go all around the hill as Girivalam. In fact, this Girivalam is done right through the year. It is not just done on Kartikai Deepam day. People in olden times used to prefer doing it on full moon nights because the pathway was illuminated, and that has given way to the legend that we have to do it only on a full moon night. You can find people doing it at all times of the year. But it is extra special in the full moon of the month of Kartikai. And that is when Gopala Krishna Bharati appears to have come over here. Swaminatha Iyer says that Bharati composed the song in Nadanama Kriya, but today it is being retuned by musicians and they sing it in various ragas. I'm going to read out the lyrics to you. Kannale Kandeen, the meaning of the song is given over here on screen. Kannale Kandeen, Verundrum Ennamale Nindren. Pannada Punya Paribhagame, Tiru Annamalayane, Unnamulayudan, Kannale Kandeen. Kaattu Tadaigalai Pandalal Alangaram Seididum Urupuram. கால்கள் கண்கள் இல்லாத பேதைகள் கைவிரித்திடும் ஒரு புறம், மாட்டு கிடைகள் மந்தை மந்தையாய் வந்து வழங்குவது ஒரு புறம், வாயிலாதோர் ஊமை நாடகம் காட்டி மறைந்திடும் ஒரு புறம், பாட்டு பாடுவார் தாளம் போடுவார், பசிக்கு தின்ன ஒரு காசு தாரும் என்று ஆட்டம் கொள்ளுவார், நின்று வருந்துவார் அன்னதாங்கிரி பிரதட்சிணந்தனிலே. ஹரஹர சிவ சிதம்பரா என்பவர் அம்பல பரதேசிகள், அருணகிரியின் மகிமையை கொண்டாடுவார் ஸ்தலவாசிகள், அரிய தவங்களை புரிந்து மூல தழல் எழுப்புவர் நேசிகள், ஆனந்தாமிருதம் கொண்டு தம்மை அறிவர் ஞான பிரகாசிகள், பெரிய கோபுரமும் திருவீதியும் பிறங்கு சீர்திரு தேரும் தீர்த்தமும் பிரியராங்குகை நமசிவாயராம் பெரிய பக்தர்த்தம் மடமும் ஜோதியும் கண்ணாலே கண்டேனே. புந்தி மகிழவே உக்கா குடித்திடும். The sadhus smoking hookahs, you can see them even today over there. புகையினால் ஆமோதமும் புரையில்லாத அந்தணர் கூடி புகழ்ந்திடும் சதுர்வேதமும், பந்தி பந்தியாய் தேவதாசிகள் பாடி வரும் சங்கீதமும், பாரளந்த கோபாலகிருஷ்ணன் பணிந்திடும் திருப்பாதமும் அந்தி வேளையும் மண்டபங்களில் ஆரத்தி கற்பூரம் புகைந்திட சிந்தை மகிழவே மலை முகட்டினில் தீப தரிசனம் தாபம் தீரவே கண்ணாலே கண்டேன். That is how Gopala Krishna Bharati describes the sight. Even today, the hustle and the bustle of the Annamalai Deepam has remained unchanged. How can any account of Tiruvannamalai be complete without bringing in Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi into it? Bhagavan, who as a young boy had an intensely spiritual experience in Madurai towards the end of in the 1890s, and then left behind mother, brother, and other relatives and came all the way to Tiruvannamalai. This town today is a living testimony to the great sage who walked in our midst. Practically every nook and cranny of Tiruvannamalai has a story of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi. He meditated for several years at the temple itself before going on to the hill and then eventually coming down to the ashram that his devotees built for him. Bhagavan even today is a great presence, a spiritual magnet that draws thousands of people from across the world to Tiruvannamalai. After a few years when he stayed by himself, he was joined by his mother Alagammal in the ashramam, in Tiruvannamalai itself. And Mother Alagammal one day had a desire to make applams. She then decided to go into the town and collect all the ingredients and come back. And having started making them, tried to draft Bhagavan into the process as well. He of course refused, but he composed a song, Appadamittiparu. On one hand, the entire song is a recipe of how to make applams. On the other hand, every word and every line is of the highest philosophical import. I requested singer Bharat Sundar to specially record this song for us today. Let us listen to him. There is a link below that frame which gives you where you can find the details of the lyrics and their meaning. So let's enjoy the song. Lyrics by Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi, music by Vidwan Abhishek Raghuram, and sung by Vidwan Bharat Sundar. When we went on our tour to Tiruvannamalai, we had the privilege of listening to him sing this at the Ramanashramam itself. And I can tell you, it was a very, very moving experience.
அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு அதை சாப்பிட்டும் ஆசை தீரு 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 இப்புவி தன்னில் ஏங்கி திரியாமல் சத்போத சுக சத்குருவானவர் செப்பாது சொன்ன தத்துவமாகிற ஒப்புயர்வில்லா ஓர் மொழியின்படி அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு இப்புவி தன்னில் ஏங்கி திரியாமல் சத்போத சுக சத்குருவானவர் செப்பாது சொன்ன தத்துவமாகிற ஒப்புயர்வில்லா ஓர் மொழியின்படி அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு அதை சாப்பிட்டும் செய்தீரு அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு தானல்ல வைங்கோஷ க்ஷேத்திரம் இதில் வளர் தானல்ல வைங்கோஷக்ஷேத்திரம் இதில் வளர் தானென்னுமானுமாம் தானிய உளுந்தை வைங்கோஷக்ஷேத்திரம் இதில் வளர் தானென்னுமானுமாம் தானிய உளுந்தை நான் யார் என் ஞான விசாரத்திரிகையில் என் ஞான விசாரத்திரிகையில் நான் அல்லவென்றேன் நான் யார் என் ஞான விசாரத்திரிகையில் நான் அல்லவென்றே உடைத்து பொடித்து நான் யார் என் ஞான விசாரத்திரிகையில் நான் அல்லவென்றே உடைத்து பொடித்து அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு அதை சாப்பிட்டும் ஆசையை தீரு அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு சத்சங்கமாகும் பேரண்டை ரசத்தோடு சத்சங்கமாகும் பேரண்டை ரசத்தோடு சமதமமாகின்ற ஜீரகமிளகுடன் சத்சங்கமாகும் பேரண்டை ரசத்தோடு சமதமமாகின்ற ஜீரகமிளகுடன் உபரதியாகும் அவ்வுப்போடுள்ள நல்வாசனையாம் பெருங்காயமும் சேர்த்து உபரதியாகும் அவ்வுப்போடுள்ள நல்வாசனையாம் பெருங்காயமும் சேர்த்து அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு அதை சாப்பிட்டும் ஆசையை தீரு அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு கண்ணெஞ்சில் நான் என்று கலங்காமல் கண்ணெஞ்சில் நான் என்று கலங்காமல் உன்முகமுலக்கையாலோயாதிடித்து கண்ணெஞ்சில் நான் என்று கலங்காமல் உன்முகமுலக்கையாலோயாதிடித்து சாந்தமாம் குழவியால் சமமான பலகையில் சந்ததம் சலிப்பற சந்தோஷமாகவே சாந்தமாம் குழவியால் சமமான பலகையில் சந்ததம் சலிப்பற சந்தோஷமாகவே அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு அதை சாப்பிட்டும் ஆசையை தீரு அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு மோன முத்ரையாகும் முடிவில்லா பாத்திரத்தில் மோன முத்ரையாகும் முடிவில்லா பாத்திரத்தில் ஞானாக்னியால் காயுண்ண பிரம்மனே அதில் மோன முத்ரையாகும் முடிவில்லா பாத்திரத்தில் ஞானாக்னியால் காயுண்ண பிரம்மனே அதில் நானதுவாகவே நானதுவாகவே நானும் பொறித்து நானதுவாகவே நானும் பொறித்து தானே தானாக பூஜிக்க தன்மய நானதுவாகவே நானும் பொறித்து தானே தானாக பூஜிக்க தன்மய அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு அதை சாப்பிட்டும் ஆசையை தீரு அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு அப்பளம் இட்டு பாரு அதை சாப்பிட்டும் ஆசை தீரு.
That is just one song out of the Sri Ramanashramam's musical tradition, which is an episode by itself. A couple of years ago, the Music Academy was privileged to have Ravindra Narayanan and Sridhar, who are great devotees of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi, come down and give a lecture demonstration on some of the songs that are part of the regular worship and the tradition of the Sri Ramanashramam itself. And someday we must get to hear them also. Before I conclude, these are the acknowledgements for this presentation, and I still feel as though I have just scratched the surface of what is Tiruvannamalai. I soon hope to be back with you with further stories of other places of great philosophical and cultural interest from India. Thank you very much, and bye for now.